everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Forum Experiment again. I'm Johnny Lopes. Today, Aaron Hughes with me, amateur fighter. He's got a big fight coming up November 2nd on the stacked Cage Titan card that also has a couple more regiment guys in there too. And Aaron Hughes, 3 finishes and his 3 wins. 2 knockouts, 1 submission, and let's get into it right away. How you got into it? Because 1 second you're a diamond kid, like a skinny diamond kid, and then next thing you know, you got almost 10 fights. Like, you know what I mean, an amateur fight. You know what I mean? Like, get into it.
Yeah,
let's hear it.
My whole life, I grew up. I played baseball for a long time. Like, I played baseball for like 15 years. You know, like it was like
a little closer.
Like my whole life, like a long time. Like all I did was like eat, breathe, and sleep playing baseball. You know. I played in high school. I played all throughout elementary school, all throughout middle school. That was like the only thing that I never actually had to try to be good at. I was just like naturally good at it, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
I suck at baseball.
you can't do that. You can't just be naturally good at fighting. You know what I mean? If someone,
not at all.
Like, if you have no experience, you're gonna get smashed by somebody who has a little bit of experience. You know? Yeah, I guess.
So you played all in Fall River?
I played at Maplewood. I played for Kennedy. I played it in high school at Diamond. My dream was always I want to play in MLB. You know, I want to be in MLB, make millions of dollars. But fortunately, life took me another path. My senior year, I ended up hurting my shoulder, and ended up working and stuff. So my brother was fighting when I was in high school.
Kyle, I used to row with Kyle.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that. Did you know that? Yeah, I used to row with Kyle. I actually went to his first amateur fight. Like,
yeah.
He was on the same card as Robbie.
So he used to train. He like brought me to the gym, like the old Pro Fitness, like 2 or 3 times, and I didn't really think anything of it, you know. I wanted to train. My mom was like, "No, like you're gonna get hurt. You can't train." And then I was like, so I turned 19, and I was like, "The hell am I doing with my life? Like, I want to do something, you know." I joined Pro Fitness. It was actually, what was the fight? It was one fight that I was like, shit, like I really want to do this for like this is fun. I don't remember what fight it was, but I remember watching it. Oh, it was the Ronda Rousey versus Miesha Tate #2. That was the fight. I was watching this and I was like, dude, I really want to.
Where she almost like Lotus.
I was like,
she almost like broke her arm right off. Is all like.
Yeah, I was like, yo, this is badass. And then the Anderson Silva one too, where he broke his leg. I was watching it. I was like, man, like this is something I can do.
I got a reaction video on YouTube for that. You ever see it?
No.
Yeah, me and like 8 of my boys. We're actually in this room, that TV. We're all watching. It was like obviously like 5 years ago, maybe a little longer. We were watching it fight. We got a perfect reaction. We had the GoPro in front of the TV. We're all like sitting and you know what I mean, sitting down, and then we're watching it, and then you see my buddy like, oh, it's a block, and then all you see is all of us like, holy shit. That was a wicked funny fight.
No, yeah, that
I'm not a fan of Anderson. I don't know if you know that.
Really, you don't like him?
Yeah, I'm not. It's not that I don't like him. I don't like people's like idea of him, like that he's the GOAT, he's the greatest of all time, and like you know what I'm trying to say. Like I just have a different picture of like the greatest fighter. To me, it's not really records like and all that noise. I also think like what Anderson Silva did is wicked impressive, but like he should have done that to the opponents he had. You know what I mean? In the competition he had, it's like that's what he should have done. Like I would have been surprised if he didn't do that stuff. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Watching him in Pride, like I mean I don't know if you're watching MMA around Pride days, but like I had some Pride friends like that sweated it, and they always talked about Anderson. I was that guy that when Anderson came into the UFC, his first fight was Chris Lieben. Huge, like you know what I mean? I'm like such a UFC like fanboy.
They beat the shit out of Chris
and I'm sitting there like, oh, Chris is gonna fuck him up. Chris Lieben don't play around. He's gonna come right at him. He's gonna throw his haymakers, and I think that was the fight where I was like, man, I need to learn some Muay Thai. Like I need to learn like some kickboxing because he lit him up. That was like one of the biggest fights I made me wanted to train.
Yeah. So I ended up. It was 2 days before Christmas. Was my first training session, 2013. So December 23rd, 2013. I showed up to the gym. I told my brother to come with me because obviously you never been in an MMA gym. It's kind of like intimidating, you know.
Yeah.
I went in there. Actually, the first person that was teaching the class was Matty Franco. He was the first person.
For the record, I still get like intimidated, like you know what I mean, like you know what I'm saying. I still
No,
step
yeah.
around and I'm like, everybody's better than me, like right away, dude.
When I went to Team Alpha Male, I was like, holy
That
shit.
must have been
I
cool.
was
We'll
like,
get into that.
yo,
Yeah.
I'm scared, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Matty Franco was teaching the class, and I was like, he's like one of my best friends, like to this day,
Yeah,
day
Maddie's
still,
a
you
good
know.
kid. He's cool.
And first person to teach me how to throw a punch, first person to teach me how to throw a kick was Matty. So and then I immediately fell in love with the sport, man, and it's been a nonstop grind for almost 6 years now, you know.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, almost 10 fights. Is that what you're waiting for to like turn pro?
Yeah, man. Like, I just wanted to get all the experience and like finally find myself and get comfortable in there. I got boxing fights and kickboxing fights and Muay Thai fights, MMA fights.
Yeah, you got a lot of smoke.
I've done grappling tournaments. Like, I've done fights in a lot of different sports, and I'm finally at the point where I think like after this fight, like it's time to start getting.
That's great.
Start getting paid,
I know like pro fighters who say it all the time. Obviously, they got into the sport like early, like when it was early. So they say it all the time. They wish they can go back to amateur ranks, or they wish they would have stood in the amateur ranks a little bit longer.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just to like polish their stuff. I'm excited for you, your pro like start. Like I really can't wait, man. I tell people all the time like. Man, when I first met this kid, he was so cocky, like straight up. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody would agree with that. Like, he was so cocky. You still are, but now like people just learn to
it's
like.
More of a confidence.
Yeah,
now, you know?
yeah. You know, no, well, with other people like me, like now it's like I learned to like it, dude. Like I like your cockiness, it's more like yeah, I love it. Like it's awesome. And then I mean, man, like nobody else like really has taught me not taught me, but I acknowledge your ups and downs. And I admire the way you bounce back. I really do. Like, you know what I mean? It's really cool. Like, it's straight up. And I told Ben, like, man, Aaron Hughes taught me, like, you know, don't worry about that anxiety. Don't worry about that shit. Just get the fuck in there. Don't worry about what happens to you. Like, you know what I mean? Because straight up, I would always have that. I've had signed fights, like, not signed fights, but Ben's got me fights before, like, booked me fights in. I backed out of them because of anxiety and
No, yeah,
you know?
I'm not gonna say I don't get anxiety. I get really, really nervous.
And that's
like,
what I mean. And but that's what I mean. You have the anxiety and you still get in there. Like I mean, you battle, and obviously, like the outcome at the end is the win against anxiety. No matter what happens, like
no, yeah, absolutely. So I've learned to realize that win or lose, like the people who come out to support you. You get knocked out, they're gonna still support you no matter what. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I said,
So
it's still a win against your nervousness, a win against anxiety.
I got knocked out cold in my second fight. Like my mom, my grandmother, my grandparents were all there, and they were they were like, oh god, you know. But they didn't like it very much, and they don't really like watching. But they always like share all my stuff, and like my mom goes to every fight, like every single fight, and like she doesn't necessarily watch. Like she'll like cover her eyes, but she's always there. She always buys a ticket. She's always like supporting, you know. So it's like
it must make the triumph feel that much better.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Like you know what I mean? Like, cause to me, it's like you know what I mean. If you would have won like all your fights, it'd be like, yeah, it's good for Aaron. You know what I mean? He works hard and all that stuff. But like now when you win, like I love it. I'm like, fuck yeah, like because you know what I'm trying to say? Cause
yeah,
it's both things. Like you take it humbly, but you also take it confidently. Like you know what I mean? And you're ready for the next step, and you like how fast you move on, and you're on to the next one.
I've learned so much. Like I learned something new every single day. Which is crazy because 6 years in this sport is a decent amount of time, you know what I mean? And like there's still so much that I haven't even like began to learn, you know?
I mean, yeah, so it's like,
crazy.
Like getting the fact with Team Alpha Male all the way, that's Sacramento, right?
Yeah,
flew all the way out to
California. I was out there for 8 days. I lived out there.
Did you like mingle with Andre Feely? I'm not a big fan of Andre Feely.
Yeah, I talked to him a little bit.
I don't like Feely, man.
He's the team captain.
Yeah.
Now that like TJ's not there anymore.
I love everybody on Team Alpha Male, but it's something about Andre Feely I think that whole the Ultimate Fighter season with Conor and Uriah, I think he just rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, it's like Cody, like jumped up a bunch of notches on my level of like fandom. Like you know what I mean? He needs to bounce back for sure.
Yeah. He actually wasn't there when I was out there training. I think he's injured, but yeah, I was there for 8 days. I didn't see him once, but it was crazy. Like I got to spar, like punch Uriah Faber, and like he got to like punch me in the face. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is like crazy. Awesome. Like this guy's a legend. You know, like I sparred with all these high level guys out there.
And he's going through retirement right now too, so there's not like a lot of opportunities in the future to spar Uriah Faber.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's awesome
So,
that you got
but
it.
I went out there, really opened up my mind to like how good I really am, you know. And I was like, wow, like I need to get my shit together. I need to get my diet on point. Like I need to actually start taking this shit seriously because like this is something that I want to do. Like I don't do anything. I eat, sleep, and breathe this shit. You know?
I think realizing that right now at the amateur
so I was
rate
like,
that you're
I
at,
really
that's awesome.
gotta,
Because you hear it now, some people like get into the UFC and they take a loss, and then they're like, you know, I switched camps, so like I went to train somewhere else, and I realized like, yo, I need to work on my diet. It's like, but you're like 20 fights into your career, and you just got into the UFC, and you're figuring that out now.
No, 100%. So, like, it was a big eye opener, man. Like, they were doing like 3-4 training sessions a day out there, you know. So, I was constantly training, but I was constantly learning. Like,
so do they have like an on-campus thing going?
They have a team house.
Yeah, because I know Uriah owned, like, from what I understand anyway, or heard, he owns like a block, like a whole block of like property, like, you know what I mean, and he has a bunch of houses around the training thing.
They have a team
true?
house. It's I don't know if that's true. I know the building like where Team Alpha Male is like there's like a Dollar Tree and like a couple stores, but I'm pretty sure he just bought out that whole like parking lot.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
To expand the gym a little bit, but I'm not 100% sure. The team house was like a mile down the road, so I could like jog to and from the training every day.
Perfect,
you know what I mean? So it really wasn't that bad, but yeah, man, I had a blast.
At Jackson's, I think it's like on like campus. Like the new one is even crazier. The new one is like an old CIA like building I heard or something like that. But LeBurge told me stories about the old Jackson's like.
He trained there before.
Yeah, he stood there for like a month or two, and he trained with like he slept with like you know he camped with Leonard Garcia, Ox Wheeler. He's a lot of WEC guys. 'Cause that's when he went when WEC was like huge. And you know, Cerrone and you know, I mean, a lot of those guys. John Jones when he was still a twig, light heavyweight, like you know, what I mean, fresh, like like he was staying there. Like, So yeah, like he's got a lot of cool. Like I think he still has the albums too on his Facebook. So like, you know, you might want to go deep into that, check it out. But like go back to
now that I work in a public school, you know what I mean. So I have all the school vacations off. Like
wait, real quick, was Chris there? Is it Holsworth, Holbrook?
Chris Holdsworth, yeah. He
was there. Did he spar? Cause I heard
he didn't spar. He did grapple a little bit. I didn't grapple with him, but I went to all his classes, all his jiu-jitsu classes.
I was such a fan of him, man. I thought he was gonna be the bantamweight everything, man.
He's legit, man. Nah, he didn't spar.
You think that's true? What they say about him and TJ?
I don't know. I mean, maybe.
I mean, think about it. Like you're at Regiment.
Listen.
You're at Regiment. You ever see anything dirty like that?
Yeah, I have.
People get aggressive, of course.
Listen, TJ Dillashaw is my favorite fighter, so.
All right.
So I don't really want to say anything, but especially like now that I went to go train out there, I don't want to like have any animosity.
That was one of like my next questions.
With like any of those guys, you know, like.
Who's your favorite?
Yeah, it's TJ, but obviously I went out there like I didn't talk about TJ or anything like that, you know, like because it's just focused on me. You know, obviously they don't like each other anymore, so I was like,
of course, you don't want it, but that was just like an opinion. Like I just wanted to know what you thought about that.
But
I always thought you were a Dominic guy.
I like Dominic Cruz too. I like him too. But as I've gotten older, I don't know, like I've gravitated towards the more technical fighters. Like Dominic Cruz is technical, but he doesn't look very technical when he's just like.
Yeah, he does have a crazy loop in hand.
Like, you know what I mean?
but he's I don't. But that's the thing. I've seen. You know what I mean? I've seen some great footwork and great movement.
No, absolutely. Dominic Cruz is savage too.
Works for him.
My number one and number two, but like. Film wise and like technique wise, like I watch TJ Dillashaw like every single day.
I mean, why not?
I watch videos of him every single day. Like,
I mean, all like stupid scandal aside, like kids, like you know, what I mean, that stuff don't teach hand-eye coordination.
Oh yeah,
stuff,
everyone's like, oh, like steroids, this, like. I understand it makes you be able to work harder, but it doesn't help your reflexes, your reaction,
a lot of
feints and your fakes, and you know what I mean. A lot of people I
hear use it for like recovery like stuff. I hear it's not really to get strong; it's just to recover quicker.
Well, he was
so they can train harder.
He uses in like EPO and stuff, which
I don't know too much. Yeah.
So EPO, everyone has it in their system, but just like not very much. But it like increases the oxygen that goes to your heart So basically, you can just train forever and not get tired.
Yeah,
Like you just won't
alright.
gas out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what EPO is now because there was something happened. Like I don't know if you ever heard of Buddy Collins and Bobby Collins. I'm sorry.
Bobby Collins. Yeah.
The assault in the ring.
My brother used to talk about him.
Well, no, I'm talking the assault in the ring, the boxing match.
Oh, the boxing match.
You know,
Yeah.
the guy, that Puerto Rican guy actually, he had EPO in him too.
Oh, really?
So not only did he have the plaster, he had plaster in his freaking rap, that's a sin.
Well,
like,
it's
you know what I
ridiculous,
mean? I don't
yeah.
know what gym would allow a man like that into their gym after they already had something like that. 'Cause that's fucked up. But yeah, to pattern out of his gloves, plaster on his wraps, which that came out after, and then the bottle that had EPO in it that would open up his lungs and open up everything, so he had to breathe easier and all that noise and go harder. So now he's in the 9th round still, you know what I mean, fresh as hell, like throwing bombs, like and then the guy ended up committing suicide because he got blind.
He drove his car into like a tree or something. Yeah, that's wild. But
I celebrate St. Patrick's Day for him now. I swear to God, every St. Patrick's Day, I'm like, yeah, this is for Buddy Collins.
Yeah, so it was a great experience, man, and I work in a public school now, so I have like all the school vacations off. Like I have like summer vacation off and stuff. So
that must like put another like almost like a encouragement behind you too, because you've worked at Meadow Ridge and you know you've worked at these places with these kids. Like, so we'll get into that, man. Like what's that been like on your mental, like when it comes to like. Because that helps out a lot of fighters. Like they love fighting for kids, and they love, you know what I mean, like seeing kids after fights and stuff like that. Do they know? Do they know you're a fighter?
Yeah, I mean everyone's like, oh, what happened to your ear? Because you know, like, call up our ears. So I like get into it. Working at Meadow Ridge made it really tough actually to focus because like it was a very stressful job, you know.
Of course.
But I was working like a lot of crazy hours and a lot of second shifts, so I wasn't able to train as much as I wanted to, you know. But now I work in a public school. I get out of work every day at 2:45, so I'm at the gym 3
Kids
2.5
are easy over there. What public school?
I work at Talbot.
All right.
My coach Brian is actually the principal over there. So,
man, growing up, man, Talbot had the reputation of that. Like I still look at Talbot as like my middle school years as like the toughest school to be around. Like, you know what I mean, obviously it's a little different now, but Talbot had a great reputation back then.
It's tough, but I love it. I love working with kids. I mean, if I can change just one kid's life, you know what I mean? Like,
hell yeah,
that's an accomplishment, you know.
Of course.
I mean, can't change everyone, you know.
Shaping the youth.
I'm not God. I can't change everybody's life. But,
man,
you
if you can set a kid just on like a good book smart path, and then you know obviously keep him on the discipline path with MMA, like that'd be great. I wish all my friends got into it. Like I talked about it with Ben like last time, man. Like I didn't have like gym friends. Like of course I'm cool with Robbie and Jared and all these guys. These guys are my friends for life. Like, you know what I mean. But my childhood friends and like the guys I go out and hang out with, they've never not only stepped in an MMA gym, but they don't even step in a regular gym. You know what I mean, they're all good kids, great guys and stuff like that. But like that's what's another great thing I noticed about you. I think it's awesome that all your core boys fighters and they all go to regiment. Like that's huge. Like that's huge. That team, like you know what I mean. Like feeling and that brotherhood. Like you know, that helps so much because that's the thing. Like I don't get like again. Like we had a great relationship with all the guys at the gym. You know what I mean. But it's just like I never seen myself like hanging out with them and all that stuff. It was so weird for me. Like and it obviously was my own like demise kind of thing. Like I should have done that kind of thing. Like you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean. Some of my best friends in the sport are well, not in the sport, but some of my best friends I've met through MMA and jiu-jitsu and stuff like that, you know, like, it's crazy because if you, I actually posted a picture, on Facebook yesterday, me when I was 15 with my mom. I was goofy looking.
I seen one of your old pictures, your diamond pictures, your glasses, your work thing on.
I was the last kid you would ever think that would ever be a fighter, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's usually how it goes.
I used to get picked on at school all the time, you know. I was like this tall, I was like really short, really skinny, you know. But I don't know, man. Like I fell in love with the sport. It's definitely changed my life, you know.
You're obviously in love with it. You know what I mean. You're going all the way to Sacramento.
No, yeah.
You know, to train with the guys that you always like. You look up to even to this day.
No, yeah,
that's
absolutely. Awesome. Obviously, my goal is to make it to the UFC or Bellator, any of those major promotions. UFC, Bellator, PFL, doesn't matter.
You're gonna be like a sorority guy. You're gonna try to get fights all the time. Or you're
we'll
I know Josh don't like to fight too much. Like he likes to like take a nice.
We'll see what happens. I mean, this has been my 7th fight this year. You know, only my second MMA fight, but I had 5 kickboxing fights this year,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
I did a grappling tournament, and even if I'm not in training camp, like I train every single day. Like
I'm gonna put the highlight of your leg sweep you had on that grappling tournament because it was so clean. Man. I must have watched.
Yeah,
like,
awesome, man.
There's like 300 views on that. 150 of them were mine. Like just like being drunk and going to the bar, like, yo, look at this, and I'm like, damn.
Courtesy to Don Vanderbilt, you know.
Hell yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, it is a nice one. But I'm gonna put that up there. But
yeah, man. I mean,
you compete a lot. You compete a lot. Like that's great. Like I still want to do a naga. Like you know what I mean before I do anything. And I feel like I need to.
I've never even done a naga. I've been doing this for so long. I've never even done a naga. Yeah.
I always thought you had.
Every time it like comes up, like something happens, I have to work, or I have a family event, or money's an issue because
that's my thing.
Ain't cheap, dude.
More money, more problems, bro.
It's expensive. It's not cheap. But yeah. So it definitely changed my life, like MMA, man, because I never thought I would be a fighter. Like I used to be terrified to get punched in the face. Like I'd be like, please don't pick on me.
And you realize you're not made of glass.
No,
right?
yeah.
And then it almost feels good to get hit.
Exactly.
As weird as that sounds.
It's crazy, man. Like I've met people who I'll be friends with for the rest of my life through the sport, and whether I make it big or not, I know I'll always be involved. Whether I'm teaching or whether I'm still training, because I'm like, I don't train just to fight. I train because I enjoy training because it's fun, you know.
But I definitely want an amateur fight so bad for obviously many reasons, because I don't want to do it, even like regardless of what happens to me. It's like I put in a lot of work, whether it was on and off work, whether you know what I'm trying to say, what other discipline it was. I've practiced in a lot of it. So I do want to get an amateur fight for that, and obviously I want to be an MMA referee, and they're not gonna like give me my license until I get into an amateur fight. I need to do a grappling tournament and an amateur fight. So I'm definitely, no matter how old I am, I'm looking forward to doing that because that is a goal. That's always, you know what I mean. I want to like just like you're saying, you always want to be a part of the sport.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, I think that's probably my kind of calling is being a referee. Just because, like, I'm a referee when I'm sitting here. You know, it is when you're watching the fights. You know what I mean? You're calling out the shot, like the illegal shots before Joe Rogan is. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, you can't do that. Whatever the case is. Like, I don't know if you're like that, but I know I'm like that. I'm watching all the time. Like, oh, he's got to watch the back of that head.
Really so
like,
much of
me, I'm even like wherever they are, like I know the rules. Like so, if they're fighting in Vegas, fighting in Cali, or fighting overseas, like I already know the rules. I'm explaining the rules to my friends, like all that shit. Like so, I really feel like referee is my calling, but regardless, I need to get into that amateur fight.
Yeah.
And getting into amateur fight, November 2nd. How you feeling about it? You feeling different? Like that's what I mean. Do you like? I don't want to say approach fights different because obviously every fight is different. Like you know what I mean. But your mentality, what is it like from this 10th fight from your first fight? This is actually the 10th episode, so it's kind of cool. You know what I mean?
It's wild. So, like I said, definitely going out to Team Alpha Male changed my entire mindset.
Have you fought since going out there?
Just kickboxing.
All right.
A couple kickboxing fights. 2.
But obviously the grappling that you trained out there already showed with the grappling tournament.
Yeah. I mean, most of that's from regiment though.
What do you think? Yeah, I'm saying. What do you think you learned more? Like, what did you take away the most? Obviously, the experience is great, but what do you think you learned the most?
I definitely feel like I learned the most striking wise out there. Yeah, I mean, because
what do they have for Mitchell? Who's that guy?
They got a whole bunch of people, man.
Oh yeah.
They got Mike Malott. He's pretty good. He's the like head Muay Thai coach over there.
It would be cool if Ludwig was still over there.
Yeah, it would be. That's another dream of mine is to train with him. But
sure.
They got him, and then I was doing Holdsworth's classes.
My dream trainer is Eddie Bravo.
Oh really?
Yeah.
And actually, I got to work with Lee Kemp. He actually he's like one of the best wrestlers of all time, like 6-time world champion or something. He's like 60 years old, but he was like a savage. Like he was so strong, it was crazy.
That's awesome.
Got to work with him, but I mean, you can't learn too much in 8 days, but...
I thought it was a little longer. 8 days.
No,
8 days is still... I mean, if you're going every day and you're doing like 2 a day, you're still learning.
I was doing like 3 sessions a day, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I would...
What else are you going to do?
I would wake up, and it's kind of cool because all the good practices are all in the morning out there because they're all full-time fighters. None of them like have jobs and stuff, you know? Yeah. So all the good practices are in the morning, like all the pro practices, and then after that, I'd like go home, sleep, go back to practice, go home, and then...
Did you ever mingle with the locals?
Not really, because I had 2 roommates. They were both from the UK.
Oh, cool.
So this was their first time coming to America.
That's kind of cool.
So I was kind of like, I'm not from California, but I was kind of like showing them different stuff. Like I brought them to Chipotle. They don't have Chipotle in the UK, so it was pretty cool.
But like, yeah, because Josh told me when he went to New Mexico for Jackson, the locals didn't like them, and I feel like that's one of the reasons John Jones gets like so much shit because the locals don't like the fighters out there. Because apparently the fighters like steal the local girls, and like, when they go to like clubs and stuff like that after like training and stuff like that, like the girls like know that they're fighters. Because like there's not really too much going on in New Mexico, so the girls think that that's their way to secure the bag. So next thing you know, like all the local guys, what I mean, around there don't like the fighters. Like so, I was wondering if it was like that.
So yeah, my mindset from now to my first fight is definitely completely different. I remember my very first amateur fight. I was in the car. My mom was actually driving me up to Plymouth Memorial Hall. I was in the car and I was thinking to myself, I was like, what the fuck am I about to do? I was like, what am I, like, why am I doing this? Like, I didn't even want to go in there and fight, And, like, I was so scared. I was terrified. But now it's like, all right, like, I do this every day. Like, I'm ready to get in there
You don't care what people think.
and show my skills, you know? Yeah, man, I can't wait. It's gonna be wild.
What do you? I mean, I don't want to give up too much, but like, what do you want? Like, I'm not gonna say what's the game plan, but what are you pitching? What kind of finish would you like?
Not even a finish. I just want to go out there and show that I'm the better martial artist. Like I fought this guy once last year. I finished him with a cut, like a big cut over his eye. I was stopped by the doctor after the first round, but I've improved so much since then. I'm sure he's improved so much since then too.
Oh,
so
it's a rematch.
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah.
That's right. It's okay. Is
Yeah,
this the one you were laughing at?
No, that was the other guy.
It was Xavier, right?
That was the guy I knocked out. Yeah, knocked him out in 7 seconds.
Is that gonna happen again, or you just gonna wait to the pros?
Well, we were supposed to fight, but he on this card, but he backed out. He backed out of the fight. He said he got injured.
Forever.
Yeah, he said he got injured. But I was really excited because he's from New Bedford, so it was gonna be like Fall River versus New Bedford. You know what I mean? So I was really excited. Like I was gonna sell mad tickets.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully this helps you sell a lot of tickets. Like the MMA like community in Fall River needs to be way bigger than what it is.
We got some savages out here, man.
Because that's what I mean. Like there's so many people. Like of course, shout out to Jorgen the Castro. He's got a big fight tonight. This is probably gonna come out on Monday and Tuesday.
I'm rocking his shirt. I don't know if y'all can see this. Cape Verde in Portuguese,
Yeah, that's gonna be like. But
pay per view, first fight tonight. Pay per view, 10 p.m.
But like people like obviously Mitch is doing great, Jorgen's doing great, but people there's so much more going on at Regiment. There's so many people over there. It's not just like and not only that, but there's people walking in there on their first day today where I'm like that kid's gonna be a star. Like that kid, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So like I can't wait. But it's like that with a lot of things. The Fall River spirit, like you know what I mean, needs to be bigger and everything. Not just so much MMA. Like the Titans need a little bit more love. I don't know how like. They're not getting like way more love. There's a lot of like Tonic needs more love. Like you know what I mean. Like I Fall River Spirit needs to be higher. Like,
there's a lot of good stuff going on in Fall River, man, but it doesn't get too much credit because it's like
I think the morale is down right now.
Yeah,
like,
you know what I mean.
Everybody's just like almost like they're not like proud to be from Fall River, and that pride needs to come back. Like you know what I mean. For and when it does, like you know what I mean. Like everything's gonna be so much better. Like and yeah, I can't wait.
I love living in Fall River. I've lived here for my entire life. You know what I mean?
Real quick, how many tickets average like do you sell? Mitch sell? What's the crowd like?
Mitch sells way more tickets than I do. But so I think capacity is 1,600 or 1,500 people.
Really? At Plymouth?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's a good amount of people.
Hell yeah. That's a good crowd.
Mitch usually sells like over 100 tickets. The most I've sold is 46. I think, but
that's actually respect. That's like what I figured you guys were selling. So anything
I got a whole bunch of tickets to sell this time though.
The card's stacked. You guys, like you know what I mean. It's not just Aaron. Like Aaron, Mitch. There's a lot of guys on there too. So I should have looked at the card earlier.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a good card. Me and Mitch are fighting one other teammate of ours, Jordan.
I think the biggest thing is that it's all the way in Plymouth. I think that's what people like.
Yeah,
but there's still other ways to support. Yeah, there's shirts and stuff.
It's really not that far. It's only like 45 minutes away. You know what I mean? Like okay, it's in Plymouth, but
see, like when Josh started, he's like White's had fights. I don't know if you know that. Yeah, like his first 6 fights were at White's.
Oh wow.
Like amateur and pro.
Like
that was awesome. Like going right to Westport. Like you know what I mean?
No, yeah, absolutely.
And Joel was there. Like everybody, it was great.
My brother fought at the PAL.
Yeah,
His last fight. I wish they would do that again because I would get on that card 100%.
I mean, the
You know
Bank
what I
Street
mean?
Armories are decent. Like, I don't know what the kind of construction they're doing on in there, but that's obviously a great place. They used to WWE and you know what I mean. ECW used to go there.
No,
Like,
yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
there's a lot of spots around here that they could be holding events. I mean, I don't know, like, what's the deal with Jaseel? Flanagan probably should have gotten tight because he's a huge Mitch and, like, Jorgen fan
Yeah.
right now. So, I mean, I'm going to talk about because actually, I'm building a pretty good friendship with him, too. So I'm going to hit him up and ask him, like, what is it going to take to bring, like, an MMA event to Fall River? Because we have so many. We can, because New Bedford's got guys, too. I'm not the best guys, but we can get a nice Fall River versus New Bedford, like, thing going on, like annual, like almost like a WrestleMania thing.
Yeah,
where, like because there's so much talent in both cities, and there's so much opportunity for both. Like and just the money that people would make around it too.
No,
Gotta get on top of that. Man.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna really look into that, like what it's gonna take to bring like MMA to like like PAL or like I'm sure you're gonna need promoters and you're gonna need obviously the fighters and all that stuff, but I'm sure if you get everything together, like again, Bank Street Army is a great location. Like, do they do Are there ever like MMA promotions in like high school gyms? Do they do that? That you know?
I don't know. Not around here.
Yeah, I never
Maybe in
heard
like
of
other
it.
states, but
Yeah.
So getting back to where I was going before, about Plymouth, like it's only 45 minutes away, and the thing that like kind of irks me is like people have no problem like Jay-Z's playing at TD Garden tonight.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go spend $500 on a ticket to go see Jay-Z.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I literally did that like 2 years ago. $400 on Beyonce.
You won't spend $20 to buy a shirt for me or pay $50 to buy a ticket and go watch me fight. You know what I mean? Like, it's like support like your local businesses, like support your local athletes and stuff like that. So
No, I get like
tickets.
I mean. It gets rough too. $50 sometimes because obviously you want more people to go. So now you need to get like when it comes to me, I need to get all my boys to get $50 like so we can go up there like and all that noise. That's like I think that's probably it. But again, like it's a great arena. Like you know what I mean.
It's the best place around here to see fights.
I can't wait for CES to get into the Dunkin' Donuts Center, like because I know that's gonna happen and when they do it, it's gonna be a huge card.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any favorites up at CES? Obviously, Chris Martino is your buddy, right? Any like favorites out there? You think?
No, I don't really have favorites who are local fighters. You know what I mean?
Like which is your one?
Yeah, exactly. Plus, I mean,
I like Dennis. I think Dennis is just somebody that I don't really know personally.
I train with Dennis a lot, man.
He's great.
He's a beast. Dennis Pipe. I actually just trained with him on Wednesday, but I don't really have any favorite local fighters unless they train at Regiment like Mitch, Jorgen, and stuff like that.
Of course.
Like it's
I say all the time, I'm a fan of those guys. Like, these guys are not like my friends. Like, I've never like shared a beer with them or anything. Like, I'm a fan. I went to Jorgen's rally. Like, I would like to like support these guys as much as I can. Cause these are not my friends. I straight support. Like, I like you guys. I think you guys. I have so much faith in the whole team.
No, absolutely.
You know,
like Mitch is like one of my best friends. You know what I mean? But even if he like moved away, you know what I mean? Like I'd still be paying attention to like all his fights and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But like I'll always watch the New England guys. Like if they make it to the UFC or Bellator or something, I'll always watch. Like even if I don't really know them or I don't really like them, I'll still always watch. You know, because obviously I have people who I don't really like that much.
They're killers too, though. The guys, like any guy from like around here, like the New England guys that are in the UFC, they're killers.
They're absolute savages.
Like, it's so fun to watch.
Calvin Cater and Rob Fawn are absolute animals. You know what I mean?
I keep because I always think of Darren Quickshank. I'm thinking of somebody else. He's the one that fought Zabit first.
Kyle Bokniak.
Bokniak, dude. Like I mean, they're representing like Southern New England like so great, or New England in general. Like man, Bokniak is fun to watch. They're straight savages, fun. Rob Fawn's nasty. I mean, love watching all of them.
Bunch of animals from New England, man. Like,
you're gonna be a part of that. Like you're in roster, and so is Mitch, so is Jorgen. Jorgen already is, obviously, and I'm excited for tonight. What do you think about the card tonight?
I'm really excited. I mean, obviously, I'm most excited for Jorgen's fight. I mean, like, because I was honestly just gonna watch it at my house, because it was supposed to be on ESPN. But his fight got bumped up to the pay-per-view, so
sick.
A bunch of us are going out to Scotty's tonight.
That's probably gonna be like the homecoming party right there.
Yeah,
it's gonna be cool.
I think I don't really know the card too much. I know
got
Jorgen,
Tai Tassivua versus
Tai Tuivasa. Yeah.
I mean he's a lock. I think he's winning his fight.
I think he's gonna win. It's Quinta and Hooker, I
that's
Quinta
interesting,
Hooker.
man.
That's a good fight. I Quinta's no joke, but
We all love Al. Like,
but,
I mean, I
yeah.
so
So
fun to
I'm gonna go
watch.
with I Quinta.
I think that's who I want to win is Quinta. I think if Daniel Hooker gets him into some Muay Thai stuff, Al might be in trouble because Al's like such a scrapper.
Yeah.
And I just don't think he's going to use technique to get out of Muay Thai situations, which that's what every Muay Thai guy wants. Is, you know what I mean? Because he's going to end up getting clipped by a knee or a short elbow.
Yeah.
Man, we'll see what happens. But but as long as Al like just defends the Muay Thai of Daniel Hooker, like he'll be good. But I love Daniel Hooker too. He's a great fighter.
Yeah. The main event, I can't really stand Adesanya, dude.
Really?
Like, I don't really like him.
I mean, I got Whitaker for the record, but because I don't like Adesanya.
I think Whitaker's gonna win. I really
very
do.
underrated.
Adesanya is a good striker, man. He is. He uses a lot of feints and a lot of head movement and stuff, but I don't know.
And then we have
I don't really.
Diego
I don't
Lima
really like
is fighting Luke somebody, and
is it Luke Saunders? Is that who he's fighting?
I don't know, maybe no, it's not Luke. No, it's not Cool Hands, right? Cool Hands Saunders. Yeah, it's not him. I like Luke. I would have known. I would have remembered if it was him on the card. And then Jake Matthews, which is an Australian guy. I think he's a lock too. He's looking good.
I could care less about all those fights besides Jorgen. You know what I mean? Like,
obviously the main.
Like, that's my guy right there. Like, I train him every single day, so that's my guy. And I'm really looking forward to the main event.
Unfortunately, you're not gonna have nothing to do from Jorgen's fight to the main event, man. There's not gonna be any music playing for you to dance.
Yeah, you guys know I love my karaoke.
Dude, I always thought that just you like being drunk and funny, but no, like for the most part, that's you being sober and funny.
I mean, yeah, I don't really.
I mean, when you get drunk, it's even better. When you get a little sauce, it's sort of funny. But for the most part,
no drinking for me for the next 3 weeks because I'm in camp. So, and
does that make an effect? I never figured it. Because like I said, like I always heard of guys going to the bar.
It does, man. Like,
well,
like I'm really trying to really trying to eat right and stuff, and first of all, just drinking adds all those extra added calories on too that I don't need. But not only that, it kind of takes my mindset like I bet my opponent's not out drinking right now. You know what I mean?
Probably not. Yeah.
So it's more of a mindset thing. Plus, we got to keep the weight down because I got to make weight too. So.
How many weight classes you fought in? Cause I've always thought you were like a bantamweight guy, and then next thing I know, you're fighting lightweight guys. Because that's a dangerous class, man.
I fought 45. I fought. My first two were at. So I fought 45.
You're like 49th right now for featherweights, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
Okay. I don't know. I haven't looked.
Oh, I look at that side. I'm pretty sure you ranked like 49, which is pretty good, right? It's still good.
Well, guess what? I'm a lot better than 49. I should be in the top 5. But, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I was gonna say.
Yeah. We were talking about ranks, and before that, drinking. We were talking about.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it kind of like takes my mind off the fight. You know what I mean?
Obviously, you don't smoke weed or anything like that, right? You just do your bang energy. Well, you vape, of course. CBDs.
Weed, bro. No, this is fucking THC, bro.
All right. Wait, that's the thing. I need to get off of the blunts. If I want to do an amateur fight, I need to get off of the blunt wraps.
Honestly, man, like people can say what they want about weed and whatnot, but I smoke every day before training and every day after training. It helps my recovery. It helps me sleep. And honestly, like when I did that grappling tournament,
I said weed can't make you suck because it's a banned substance. Like well, it used to be anyway for a reason because it does help.
it really opens your mind. Like I'll be sparring and I'll be like, oh shit, bang, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh shit.
I love doing jujitsu high, like
dude, it's so much fun and like I did that grappling tournament. I was absolutely cooked. You know what I mean? And I was hitting all these crazy moves that I've never like I obviously know how to do them, but I would never have tried it in a tournament if I wasn't like stoned, you know what I mean? So yeah.
It's good to know. Like I didn't know you smoked. I was actually worried. I'm like, man, I hope he's not offended by the weed smell. When he walks in there, there's like weed smelling here, dog smelling here. It's a little bit of everything.
Nah, man, it's no worry here. It's, I mean, if my family's watching this, I know they're not a big fan, but
does Kyle smoke?
It's legal.
My bad. I don't want to throw him under the bus in front of the family.
No, he doesn't.
That's good. It's good to know that you smoke, man. Because it's like I wish I would have started smoking weed a lot sooner. Like, cause I didn't, and I ended up being such a punk kid.
Like people can say what they want. I mean, you got You got Charlie Baker out here, the governor, banning vapes, but you got safe heroin injection sites. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, I don't believe
that?
in that whole safe heroin. We shouldn't encourage people.
No,
that shit's kind of stupid.
absolutely. Like, you've never seen anybody die from smoking weed, anything like that. I mean, so it's I'd rather be nice and mellowed out from like smoking weed than
I used to be
being
a
out
wicked big
getting
punk,
drunk.
man.
You know what I mean? Like, so people can say what they want, but it got legalized for a reason. So
All right, then let's finish it up with some promos for the November 2nd, man. Like, what should people expect? Like, how do you feel about your opponent? Like, again, let's sell these tickets right now.
yeah, man. So
what are you gonna do?
So I'm fighting Stavros Batsinellis November 2nd. He's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. I'm blue belt. Decent striker. I'm way more well-rounded than he is. I'm definitely better on the feet. I'm better on the ground. First fight, won all the striking exchanges. Took him down, passed his guard, beat him up on the ground too. I just think you're gonna see the best, most pure version of myself. Like, all my skills are finally starting to come together, and you're gonna see all that on fight night, November 2nd. Like, I'm not saying I'm gonna go out there and finish him, because it's a fight. Anything can happen in a fight. You know what I mean? The worst fighter or the best fighter in the world can get caught by the worst fighter in the world.
Yeah,
it only takes one punch, you know. But I'm telling you that I'm gonna go out there and impose my will. I'm not worried about what he's doing. I'm worried about what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do, and I'm very comfortable no matter where the fight goes. So I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna put on a martial arts clinic on November 2nd, and that's what everybody can expect, man. I can't wait. I cannot wait to get back in there. It's only my second MMA fight of the year. Took some time off to get.
Yeah, I did notice you slowed down with MMA anyway. You competed in other stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
That's
what I love about like you treat an MMA an amateur thing so serious, which is what you're supposed to. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean, you're doing smokers before amateur shows. Like, you know what I mean? like before I get back into another amateur fight, I gotta do a couple more smokers.
No,
It's
yeah,
like, dude,
absolutely.
That's so. Some people would never
And that was after
have
9
the balls to
amateur.
do that.
That was after 9 fights.
That's what I mean.
I've done. So my last MMA fight was in March. I fought in May, Muay Thai, April, Muay Thai, July, Muay Thai, and then I fought last month Muay Thai. You know what I mean? So
I'm telling you, like I did it all wrong. Like, because that's the thing. Even got like Ben and Joshua Burge. Like, when I was like 21, 22, they would tell me, like, you gotta do some smokers first. And I'd be like, well, I feel like just being an amateur is almost like being in a smoker.
No,
and they would
man,
be
it's
like,
completely
yeah, and they would be like, no, yeah, like that was probably my biggest problem. Was always denying smokers.
When I had my first amateur fight was in 2015, but my first smoker. So I started training in December of 2013. My first smoker was 10 months into training. So that October was my first smoker. Like, I go watch the video on YouTube. I was like, damn, I sucked. I sucked. And it's like, but even for those smokers, like, you still get so nervous. Like,
yeah,
like it's just like a sparring session. You got headgear on, big gloves, but you're still going out there to fight in front of hundreds of people. You know,
you got people. Yeah, as I'm saying, you got people like cheering,
it's
roaring,
fucking crazy,
boom,
dude.
whatever the case is.
You know what I mean?
You got to perform.
It's
Anything where you got to perform in front of people is nerve wracking. You know.
Yeah.
This gets nerve wracking. I get. You know what I mean? I try not to think about it because I'm just looking at you, trying to have a conversation with you. And I haven't caught up with you.
I used to get really anxious doing interviews, like promoting fights and stuff.
You've been on some. You're promoting tour right?
No, like you watch like my first few interviews, and I was stuttering all the time, and I didn't really know what to say. But my last like 5 or 6, I've been like.
Yeah, I mean you've been very natural, like, you know what I mean.
Started doing some yoga.
Yeah, I'm happy you're not like. I got to fight November 2nd. Like, yeah, I'm gonna win. Like, you know what I mean? You know, that because that could happen. That shit fucking drives me insane.
No, yeah, and like, I used to talk a lot of shit, and I'm not trying to talk shit now. I'm very confident in my abilities and my skills, and
yeah, you are. And
my coaches and my training partners. So I'm not saying I'm gonna go out there and smash him, but I'm saying that I know how good I am, and that I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna put my skills on display.
Anybody that doesn't have that type of mentality and confidence, like, is going to have my problem. They're gonna have anxiety. If you're not thinking like that, you're gonna get scared. No, you're gonna probably either back out. You're not gonna perform the way you want.
No, yeah,
like,
absolutely. You know what I mean?
So the way you're thinking is perfect. Is not just normal. It's not normal. It's the way you're supposed to do it.
No, absolutely. And I've said before, I probably lost like 50-60% of my skill, like, in the cage because of how anxious and nervous I was. But there will be no more of that come November 2nd. I'm gonna go out there like if you watch my last Muay Thai fight,
Most of your fights, you look like that I've seen. I feel like you look very natural. Like you're calm, you're good. Like you put on a good mask.
Yeah.
If you are nervous.
So I fought. What did I fight? I fought August Muay Thai at 170. Right. I'm a featherweight. I fight at 145 pounds.
Yeah, you was
So
a big one.
the dude I fought was huge.
And you dropped him, right?
I dropped him twice. I dropped him with a head kick, and I dropped him with leg kicks too.
Mm-hmm.
But that was my by far the best performance that I've had. Like I went out there and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go out there. I'm just not gonna give a fuck. I'm just gonna go out there and I'm gonna perform. And honestly, like that was.
I got another thing we're gonna get into
That
too.
was my best performance. All right, what is it?
One last thing before we wrap this up, that was another highlight. I'm gonna end up putting a video of you on here that people gotta see. You game too. You're a professional gamer. Like we didn't even get into that. You game. How are you gonna get them Call of Duty? You're gonna obviously MMA is more important.
Yeah.
But like you can kill 2 hours at home, like waiting for 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock to come before.
Yeah,
you
honestly, man.
Are you still playing Call of Duty?
I haven't played in a while. I didn't really play Black Ops 4
You went to Jersey.
much at all.
You
I went to Chicago.
You know what's good forever.
I mean, I'm not really focused on that 'cause, like,
Let me talk. What a puffin' on, yeah, I got that Lopes screen. Twisting up a L, that's a 508 smoke screen. Tag it twice, then I pass it to the whole team. Pimp until I knock out, and then I have some dope dreams. So mean, got me tweaking off a hit a reaper. And fuck the police, now it's just a misdemeanor. That loud got me on.
Came in like, I mean, I lost in like the final 8 out of like 200 people, which was pretty fun. We won a tournament down in UMass Dartmouth. There was another one at
Yeah.
the mall. That was always fun. I still love competing to this day.
No, yeah, like,
it's awesome.
It doesn't matter what it is. You and I can sit
course.
here and play rock paper scissors, and if you beat me, I'm gonna be fucking mad. I hate losing. You know what I
I
mean?
need a new strategy.
I'm very competitive. Like it doesn't matter what it is. Like I said, I work in a public school. I play basketball all the time with those kids. Like I don't.
You don't let up.
They're like this big like 11 and 12-year-olds, and I'm over here.
That's hilarious.
I'm over here going as hard as I can, trying to take their ankles and stuff. You know what I mean?
I definitely wanted to get that out there because I did want to know if you were going to get to Call of Duty and still come in. Like,
There's
at
some
least
videos.
it's somewhat.
There's some
trying to-
videos of me talking shit on
Oh, I'm
YouTube.
putting them up
I
there.
have video
The ones that
tournaments.
Charlie, I'm gonna do my research. I'm gonna get the videos. I'm putting them up there. The one where you getting the 20 bomb, motherfucker. Like that one's hilarious because people still call it
35 bomb.
Oh, was it
35?
35? Oh
35.
shit! Yeah, we're
So
talking Call
for
of
people
Duty.
who don't know, competitive Call of Duty is like it's 4 versus 4. Well, it's 5 versus 5 now, but it's 4 versus 4. So it's you and 3 teammates versus another 4 people.
The game goes up to 50, right? And you got a
no. It's
No?
so it's not team deathmatch. It's like
deathmatch.
like I don't know what it is this year, but
They always change it from like sabotage and assault. Like
that video was like it was search and destroy, hard point, and capture the flag. So it was a hard point game where I dropped 35 kills. You know what I mean?
That's
And
awesome.
we were actually losing and came back and because I just started shitting on him. I was on like a 27
Did they
kill
know you
streak
fight?
or something. Yeah, hey, everyone knows. So like, it's kind of funny because I can get to those tournaments and I can talk mad shit, and I know nobody's gonna do
That's all
anything.
they're gonna do. Let's see. But we'll see who the real ninja is. Ninja.
I'm like, get fucking shit on.
What is Ninja gonna say? You know what I mean? You can show him who the real ninja is.
With his pink hair, he ain't gonna do nothing.
That's right. All right, we're gonna wrap this up though. 'Cause I know we both got busy nights tonight with the fights and all that noise.
Yeah, I gotta go take a nap.
All right, you take a nap. Thank you for dropping by.
Thank
November
you for having
2nd.
me, buddy.
November 2nd, of course, dude. We're gonna have
November
the course.
2nd.
When you go pro and do all that stuff too, don't get too big on me. You know what I mean? Don't get too fucking famous.
Plymouth Memorial Hall, Cage Titans,
November 2nd, man. You guys gotta be
Plymouth,
there.
Massachusetts. I have tickets.
Yeah,
$50, $60.
Hit up the either one. You
$80.
can either hit up mine. You can hit up Aaron's over there. Hit either one of us up on any social media platform. Obviously, Facebook's not up there, but this will be on there. Hit us up. Get some tickets, not just for Aaron, for Mitch, for the whole regiment team, man. Go to regiment too. You're trying to get some real training in, get some real skill in. Regiment, Pro Fitness. These are the places you need to go. Go mingle, talk to guys, go see what's right for you, and learn to fucking self-defense. Learn how to protect yourself at all times, which seems to be like
Fight and change my life. You can change yours too.
Dude, I'm gonna add that little catchphrase to like the end of my podcast. Like, have a good time, protect yourself at all times. Later, guys.